In today's video, we are going to do a head-to-head with two very beautiful but very similar foundations. The first is Chanel's Beiges Eau de Tone, and the second is by Rose Inc. It is the Skin Enhance Luminous Tinted Serum. Both of these products contain sort of a micro encapsulated pigment that bursts when it touches the skin. And both of them deliver sort of a sheer coverage with a luminous finish. So first, looking at Chanel's Eau de Tone. So I really like this foundation by Chanel, but you know, it didn't actually start out that way. I think it was around October of last year, I did a review of this product, and you know, I was kind of like, meh. I wasn't really sure if I was going to take to it or not. But the funny thing is, I kept reaching for it because at the end of the day, it's a no makeup kind of a makeup, and that's the kind of gal that I am. So you can see in the end that, you know, I've used a fair amount of the product. Probably a lot more than a lot of the other foundations, actually. I think that this is the perfect foundation for holidays, like sun getaways. So when you need to look just a little bit better, but you don't want to look made up. So if you're looking for a full coverage, this is not the guy for you. Okay, so there are some downsides to this foundation. One is the price. It is $65 US. That's a shitload of money to spend on a foundation. And it also only comes in 8 shades. Now I take this in a medium, and while it's a perfect match for my skin, it's not a wide range that can appeal to everyone. However, I think it's quite forgiving and it does sort of blend in well. So you may be okay with that limited range anyway. So this product is a 75% water. So it is super hydrating and it is very light on the skin. And that's what I like about it. I like the way that it makes my skin feel. So again, it's not a super heavy foundation, but it just gives a little bit of a sheen and a little bit of color, and I think it's lovely. I'm not going to go into any more detail about that because I've done a full review, so if you want to check that out, I will link that up there, and I will also put it in the description bar below. So next we're moving on to Rose Inc. This is the range by model Rose Huntington Whiteley, and I have to say, I've only picked up a few products, and they're lovely. But it was really interesting, actually, I saw this on Instagram by somebody that I follow, and watching her kind of swatch it on her hand, I realized, my gosh, that is so similar to the Chanel. The review was glowing, so of course I raced right out and I picked it up. But when I got it, I started looking at it and go, gosh, they are so incredibly similar. I wanted to see if I put them side by side, one on each cheek, what I would think about the two. So this is definitely a butter option on a couple of fronts. One is the price. So this retails for $49 US. So 65 to 49. And it comes in 14 shades. So they're looking at different skin tones. So it seems to be something for a lot more people that's a lot more wide ranging. Now the interesting thing about it though, is this is really billing itself as a serum, not so much as a foundation. So they're talking about all the skin loving ingredients this is packed with. It has hyaluronic acid, it has squalane, it has peptides. In theory, I'm a little on the fence about it because I use such good skincare. Is it a skincare that's heavily tinted? Is it is it a makeup that has a lot of skincare? Don't know, but either way, it has a lot of good stuff in it, and if you're looking for a lot of these additional kind of skincare ingredients, then you're onto something. What I didn't like about it, I guess the website, was that they have like lots and lots of hefty claims. It's sort of in that Charlotte Tilbury space. Instantly increases hydration by 144%. I always wonder how they measure those things. 100% saw smoother skin in 7 days. Now that's very interesting. So if you use this day after day after day, is it going to give you that? And is it perhaps in relation to people who don't use any skincare at all? I do not know. I'm not looking at this product for those benefits anyway. So for me, it's just about, is it going to give me that super light foundation, little bit of extra coverage that I need just for, you know, to cover up whatever I'm not liking on those days. What I'm going to do now is put one on each side of my face, and we will see how it goes. So I'm going to move my hair out of the way. So my skin is perfectly moisturized. I've done my morning skincare routine. I do have an SPF. It has a slight tint in it, but it's totally disappeared at this stage. So there's nothing on my face right now except just a tiny bit of the Becca Under Eye Brightener because I just felt I needed a teeny little something this morning. And I have a little bit of my trusted Maybelline Baby Lips Lip Balm. I have stuff on my eyes though. I do have a little bit of eyeshadow and some mascara and my eyebrows. So I have nothing else on my skin. So we're going to try both of these and see how they go. Both of these guys suggest that you apply it the same way. You pump it straight onto your hand, and then you take the brush and you burst the spheres, and then you take that and dab it onto your face. I'm not going to do that today. I'm actually going to put it directly on my face just so we can see the texture of it and see kind of how it applies. I'm going to start first with the Chanel. I don't apply makeup this way, but I thought it would be interesting to see. So there is one pump. Now that is quite runny, if you can see that. Okay? And I'm taking a brush and I'm just dabbing that in. Well, you can see when I go over my lip that there is a bit of coverage there. Otherwise, you kind of don't see it. Gary, do you see this going on at all? I can see. I can see him looking at me behind the camera going, yeah, sorry, I've got some hair stuck in my face there now. Now, as I said, this is not a full coverage number. Gotta get rid of the hair. And at first, I was like, Matt, is that actually doing anything? Can you see any difference? Your man says no. Is there a little less redness? No.
Tiny bit.
Like tiny. Yeah, I can see a little bit of the redness here. My skin's not really in bad condition. For me, the indicators are age spots. I have one right here, and I have one, gosh, it must be disappearing. Is it there? Right there. So that's how I gauge how heavy a coverage is. So I can still see my age spot. But to me, it looks like it's a bit smoother. Okay? So now we're going to go in with the Rose Ink Serum and see how that goes. And a different brush, by the way. We'll go with a clean brush. Okay, so that looks a little thicker. It's definitely darker. I may have misjudged the color swatching on this because I bought it online. I'm using color 90, which is a sort of a deep medium with an olive undertone. And I am choosing to kind of dot this in more than I am spread it because it's just such a lightweight number. I feel, got hairs all over, that it's going to help it to absorb better. It's definitely a bit warmer. I can definitely feel that this is going to be much better for summertime. Do you see any difference whatsoever? Does it even look like I have makeup on? I don't think Gary's convinced. See, I feel that this has given me just a tiny bit of coverage. This is not a makeup you would wear for filming because it's not going to give you enough. But I actually wore this makeup yesterday when I was out at the client meeting, and it was just so subtle. It just took down a little bit of redness that I had yesterday. Do I see a difference? This is definitely a tad darker. And it could be a little bit heavier, but I can't tell if it's actually slightly heavier or if it's the darker color. I'm going to put on another pump of both and see if it builds up at all. One thing I have noticed in the past about Chanel is it can kind of streak a little bit, this product, which is probably why I started the patting machine in the first place. And the other downside is the Chanel smell. I'm not a fan. And if you have any Chanel products, you know what I'm talking about. I wish they wouldn't do that, but I guess it's their signature. Is it buildable? Not sure. Another one over here. Get our other brush. That definitely gives a luminous finish. They both do, which I love. I'm all about the luminosity. I don't want matte here. I'm too old for matte. What do you think? Definitely darker. Okay, I'm seeing what I think, well, it's definitely a darker side, so I probably need to get a lighter color, which I will get. I think there's more coverage to this. I think it has, I can just see more of what's happening with my skin over here than I can over here. I feel that it has slightly more coverage. I wonder if I'm going to have to redo my makeup. Am I going to have like a half of a sunshine face and half not so much? What do you think, guys? I think they're both beautiful. I think that they leave the kind of finish that I'm looking for. Not heavy. It's not a filming makeup, as I said, but I feel that it's a little bit glowy. It just looks like me. It doesn't look like I have anything on, and that's a good thing, but it's just like putting a sheen over the face. Something, it's like a veil over the face. It's just, it kind of fills things in a little bit. I really like them both. What I wanted to see is at the end of this, which one I might be reaching for more, because I was shocked at how much I came to like the Chanel. And I like the way that they both feel on the skin. It's very hydrating, and that's the name of the game for me. I want anything that helps the moisture in my skin. I think they're both beautiful. I will be buying this in a lighter color so that I can have it summer and winter, and I can merge them together or mix them, and when I need to get something in the middle. I think it feels great. So client meetings, you know, when I'm leaving the house, I'm sure it's freaking April. We are still working from home in Ireland. But if the world reopens in general and I'm out the door every day, this is a fabulous thing to be wearing, I have to say. Slightly more coverage. That's what I think. What do you think? I'd really like to hear what you think. Can you see any difference at all? Am I wearing makeup? Am I not wearing makeup? Is this a waste of my time? Or is it doing something nice and subtle for my skin? Which one do you prefer? Have you tried them? Either of them? Is this the type of makeup that you like? Please do leave the comments down below, because I love hearing from you. I love hearing your thoughts and your own experiences, and I will respond to everybody. That's it for today's video. If you like this video, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. You will give the video a thumbs up and also hit that notification bell. So thank you again so much for joining me today, and I will see you at the next video. Bye. Oh, fuck me. Are you joking me? Never gonna find that again.